Welcome to another episode of the Peak Potential Success Show. My name is Fong. I'm an entrepreneur, business strategist, real estate investor, speaker, and also a best-selling author. And every single day, I help others unlock the potentials and guide them to succeed. Today, I have an amazing guest. This guy is so packed full of energy, and he's also somebody who's very, very smart in the real estate realm. He teaches so many people how to step-by-step profit from a recession-proof asset. So please welcome the Trailer Park King, the mobile home millionaire, a real estate investor, coach, and mentor, Mr. Jose Garcia.
Thank you. Thank you. How can you not get energized with an introduction like that? Thank you, Fong.
Awesome. Well, welcome to the show, and thank you so much for being here. How are things been for you?
Busy, hectic, but in a good way. You know, somebody said every day feels like Monday. I like to think that's a great thing. So yeah, no, it's moving along. Just keeping busy.
Nice. Now, your forte is in the trailer park homes and also mobile homes and whatnot. Now, lots of people first start off in just real estate. So what got you into the trailer park homes and mobile?
Yeah, so same concept in a way. It's a little hidden side to real estate a lot of people still don't know about. I started out, I think like most people who want to get into real estate with no money. I did not understand the concept of networking, talking with people, that whole thing. It was that whole I'll do it myself, but I had no money. So it's not easy to get into real estate. It is if you know what you're doing. Now looking back, I could do it obviously, but at the time, you know, there was just no way around it. So really, the reason that I stumbled upon mobile homes was lack of money, lack of pocket capital. It was something easier to get into, and I kind of just jumped into it.
So if that's the case, what was the main advantage that mobile homes have compared to just normal real estate?
Less money entry, higher reward, less risk. You can get into mobile homes for no money or as little as $1,000. That'll get you your first investment.
Mm-hmm. Is the formulas kind of a little bit different as to how you would calculate a mobile home investment versus a like single family?
So it's similar in a sense. You know, this thing being again, it's hidden side. We don't have the traditional Zillow, Truly, or Realtor, all these things that real estate uses. Now, I know you're in Canada, so I think it's a little different up there. I'm talking US more so. But no, I mean, the sense of expenses, I mean, it's pretty similar. It's just a lot cheaper of a product that you can get into.
Mm-hmm. Now, what would you say is one of the most commonly stated stigmas or myths about trailer park homes and why people should not go into it?
Trailer trash, drugs. If you want to buy drugs, go to a trailer park.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not wrong. They're not wrong. But I think like with anything, I mean, you have stick built that, you know, there's not so much nice areas in town that you probably don't want to be at, or you know, that's probably where you would go to get drugs, I guess, if that's what you do. But you know, mobile home parks have that stigma because yes, a lot of parks do carry themselves that way. And it is. I mean, some parks I want to invest, you know, period, because of those reasons. But there's also very nice parks that are much like subdivisions, have rules, regulations, HOAs. So that's not the case.
Mm-hmm. Now, we could say that about a lot of real estate as well. Like, for instance, oh, why would anybody want to go into real estate? You're gonna have to go and repair things in the 4 a.m. in the morning, and I don't want to deal with these tenants. So why get into it? For yourself, when you're dealing with all these different types of people, what would you say is the let's say, how common do you actually have to face these problems?
I mean, it's out there. It does exist. But I mean, with mobile homes, you know, and I don't know too much into real estate. That's the thing, is I know how a lot of it operates and how it's sold. But for instance, grading a mobile home park, you don't grade a mobile home alone. When you want to invest in an area in a market, you first have to find that, you know, a lot of this is leg work, is how much crime is in the area, how much drugs, what is the park graded at? That's huge. Parks are graded between A and D. The lower you go in that alphabet, obviously, the worse the parks get. I like to be anywhere in the B, maybe C plus, that's okay. But when you start getting into lower than that, that's when you start seeing, you know, you can see the second you drive into one of these parks, you know, they're not well cared for. There's probably no manager on site, trash everywhere, cars jacked up. You start seeing these things, and common sense, this is probably not where you want to invest. And then, of course, you talk to locals, residents, and, you know, they're quick to tell you. They'll let you know what happens throughout the day, night, and weekends in these parks.
Mm-hmm. Now, you shared with me before that there was this one trailer park, this one mobile home that's like multi-million. It's like was there a pool?
Was there a pool?
Yeah, it was like the balcony or something like that. Like you got to sit in this thing and it looked incredible. Like what is the most luxurious mobile home that you've ever been to?
So that would go much, I think, like with real estate. That's what it is. We were actually down in Delray Beach, Florida, and it was just location is what it was. There was really not that whole special about the double wide. It was a bigger size mobile home, yes, but I mean, those same homes where I'm at, I mean, you're paying a few thousand for them. I just bought a few last week that I paid 500 each for each home. So I mean, it just depends where they're at. But in that location, it's a whole little neighborhood community, and it's like a little county. It's weird how it works. I've heard Oprah's even been there, so if that makes any, but it was a very nice mobile home, but nothing more special, just location.
Cool, cool. Now, when it comes to real estate, one needs to be very creative. Do you have a story you could share about the most creative deal that you've done?
Not one in particular. I think it's all about the creative financing that I've done. That's usually where, it gets more creative than anything. It's how to be able to come in with no money or use other people's money. That I like. I like a lot using somebody else's money. I come in, get out, get infinite returns. But it's that more so happens, and this would definitely go hand in hand with real estate, the exit strategies. In real estate, when you're a beginner, you think wholesale, get into wholesale. And you can do the same thing with mobile homes. And you can also do a double wholesale with mobile homes.
Mhm.
So one of my favorite, I guess, most creative is when I'm able to secure a mobile home with no money, and then I go and sell it, in a sense, sell the paper, and I do get a deposit, which then covers the whole price of what I'm getting it for. I bring back the money, I take back the title, I get more money then. So it's just like a little circle of creative financing.
Very, very nice. You mentioned at the very beginning there when you first started that networking was not a strong suit. Finding the money was not a strong suit. Finding the people is not a strong suit. So how did you overcome all that? How did you face that challenge? And what was going in your head? So you go, you know what? I will get that person. I will network. I will build relationships. How did you go through that process?
Yeah, so to me, I'm an introvert by nature. A lot of people still don't believe it because I talk a lot, and I do where I need to talk. But I'm an introvert. So coming into that, especially, I think when you're an introvert and you're coming into somewhere new already, kind of that unknown, you're even more quiet than normal. So that was that, and I've never been one to kind of, to me at that time, again, I saw it like reaching out, almost like a begging, uh, asking for help, no, that kind of thing. So it didn't take long when I did get into education. A lot of these, JT Fox, Fortune Builders, Legacy, all these things that I've done, that it all involved around that network. So I had to make peace with, okay, I have to network. That's the way clearly to growth. So I had to make peace with that. I started venturing into that, and it made changes overnight the second I started doing so. So.
Hmm. What would you say is the first step for people to take when they go, I want to do real estate, but I'm too scared?
There's no real security ever, I don't think. I think the leap of faith has to happen. Like you know enough, you're never going to learn. Funny enough, I made a podcast last night with a student of mine, and he was the example of learn everything you think you need. You're never going to figure it out, and get in there and figure it out the rest as you go along. And I think that's with anything. It doesn't matter what you're trying to invest, is you're never going to learn everything. If you think behind the screen or behind a book is going to teach you all, we all be successful. So, learn what you need to, get out there, and know that you better be ready to get it on.
No, I find it pretty funny when you said that you're actually an introvert. And I think I share that story a lot because a lot of us would actually share, yeah, we used to be all introverts. And
Yeah.
also we're doing podcasts, we're doing videos, we're doing all this stuff
Yeah.
and building relationships. In fact, I think a lot of people I interview on the show, they all used to be introverts. So when it comes to communication and working on that speaking aspect, what did you do? What did you do to overcome that fear of speaking in front of people or doing podcasts or speaking in front of the camera and all that stuff?
Yeah, and let me add to the introvert thing. I've actually heard, I don't know how real, you may know, but I've heard that very successful people are actually all introverts. So that made me feel a little good, I guess. But yeah, that took a while. There was a time when I would record myself and I wouldn't mind posting it, but I did not want to hear myself. It was that bad. So that, and then just speaking in crowds, which I think we all to certain, I mean, you speaking in massive stages. I have not done that yet. I've done decent size where it's still that nervous. I don't know if that ever goes away. I think you I mean you get more confident because you know your craft, you know what you're talking about, and you know you're delivering something that people need. People tell me all the time, "Oh my gosh, thank goodness for all that. That was so helpful." That I think builds my confidence to it's not about me, it's about them kind of thing. So it's still in the works, but it's gotten better just being able to talk. And eventually, I think it was that also as I made peace again with let me hear myself talking. Let me just kind of study because you can't study or learning everything if you don't watch yourself.
Yeah.
So doing that over and over has kind of gotten easier and better. And so
How long did it take you to post that very first video?
I
How many takes did you take?
was about to say, well, it took a few tries for one. I had to nope, nope. So it took a while. It took a while. Then you go into your doubts. What are people going to think? Oh, that's terrible. You don't feel like you equal or measure up to. So it is a learning experience still.
I find that I could so relate to your story because my very first video, I think I took a good 75, 80 takes. Uh, in the middle, there was one that I'm like, yes, I got it. And then there was this noise in the background. I'm like, oh, now I have to start all over kind of thing.
Yes, yes, like yeah.
And even to this day, I don't really watch my own videos. If I either watch it with no sound or I listen to it with no video. I haven't
Okay.
combined the two yet.
Okay, so I think we still always keep trying, but that's a good thing. I think that keeps you hungry to keep wanting to do better. I see it that way anyway. It's always I can do better. I can do better kind of thing.
Yeah, but congratulations on your podcast. You have a lot of episodes, and you do a lot of them.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that has been part of practice actually. Even having you on my podcast, I'm not saying I use it for practice, but that was this whole concept of talking to a celebrity, talking to somebody successful. It just does that much more to your insecurity, to your nervous system. So I figured that let me bring more and more people. One, I get to talk to awesome people, but two, it will help me in the long run. So that has helped. Let me add that.
I found that starting the podcast allows you, like, a lot of the time you just come up with questions and you sit there and go, and you let the other person talk. And
Yeah.
it gets you over that those nerves, and gets you past that challenge about just putting your videos out there and whatnot. Now, tell us a little bit about your show.
Yes, so my show, I'm in the process of still, we have obviously Millionaire Flicks with JT, but I'm actually venturing into trying to do a couple podcasts. Well, one more in the educational channel, which we have on YouTube, but I actually want to start an actual podcast where we go live maybe 2, 3 times a week. I don't know yet. Again, we mentioned at the beginning of this, the time is not on our favor, so being so busy. So we're trying to be careful as to how much we can commit to and actually do. But that channel, we have the educational where anything related to mobile home investing, anything, that's where we want to talk about that. But we also want to start the one where it's more for early startup entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs that keep that motivation. I think too often we start to get comfortable in one area, we start doubting ourselves again, and it's that startup and just even going to listen to. I can go on YouTube right now and pull Fong, or I can pull Les Brown, or I can pull Tony Robbins, and it's just like, okay, I needed that kind of thing. So we want to deliver that message, that positive energy and motivation to keep going.
What keeps you motivated? How do you start your day?
Well, start very early. I start with something positive. I used to get up and listen, try to look at my text, try to look at my emails, and a mentor somewhere, I think, who mentioned stop doing that. So I did. That's definitely changed. I try to start with something very positive. Right now, I actually have a very set schedule where I do nothing when I first wake up, but just kind of think throughout my day. I don't listen to anything. The first 30 minutes is just kind of brainstorming my day, and then I get onto something positive. Then I get onto my emails and review my duties and that sort of thing.
Mhm. Now, when it comes to you mentioned a few times coaches and mentors. What would you say is the most important advice that you've ever gotten from a mentor or coach?
Keep going, no matter what.
And what is one of the most biggest benefits that you've gotten as a coach yourself?
Uh, What is the one of the biggest benefit from my coaches I've gotten?
No, for yourself as a coach. So I know you coach other people. What is
I do.
the biggest takeaway or benefit that you've gotten from that experience coaching other people?
You know, and I'm sure it's written somewhere, but it's something about when you repeat what you already know that makes you know it better.
Mhm.
And then you get to give back. Their success is my success. So, but being able to educate to somebody, teach somebody what you already know, just keeps me almost up there from forgetting some of this stuff for one. But yeah, no, being able to give back, I feel like I always give back when I coach somebody and see them go out and be successful.
Now, you're a person who is very, very busy with a lot of projects on the go. You also have a lot of coaches who challenges you to push even further to succeed and meet other challenges. What are some of the upcoming projects that you're working on that I don't know if you could actually share?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So huge things within the mobile home niche, the market, and giving back. Actually, for Mother's Day, which is only 2 3 weeks, depends, I guess, when you watch this video. But we're going to be actually giving a mobile home away. We are in the process of getting crews and getting a mobile home. We will fully rehab, fully renovate, and supply with furniture, appliances, etc. And on Mother's Day weekend, we will be handing it over to a family. We just blasted that, so we got that. That's one that's definitely huge. I got a book coming out, which Fong here has been great help, and it's going to come to a pause, but we're going to pick right back up on that. We've got to get that done because that is a book that will definitely help a lot of people. So we got that book that we will be working on, and I have no dates on that. So we want to get back on that. And then, of course, something huge that we will be advertising soon. That's a little more larger social media. I'll say that.
Mhm. Now, if people want to be more involved with the that mobile home giveaway, and how do they support that, or how do they get involved, or maybe apply for it?
Absolutely. Yeah. So I'll blast it up on all of our social media. You can email me directly there. You can see J at Garcia, MHU.com, or go to my website, Garcia Mobile Home University.com, Garcia MHU.com for short. And I have a link to all my social medias, and anything we share is kind of like a blast immediately through all of them. So you can go to Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whichever one you pick, and you can actually go see there, and feel free to share it. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Or apply for it if you feel you would, absolutely.
Oh, that sounds very, very cool. I don't think many people has done a mobile home giveaway before, so congratulations on that. With regards to COVID and everything that's been shut down and what's been changing and whatnot, how have you adjusted to the situation? And how would you say that the mobile homes kind of area has been affected, and what can we see coming out of this?
Yeah. So I think like when COVID hit, like everybody else, we were definitely concerned. I had a lot of rent to owns at the time, rentals. So my immediate concern was people furloughed or losing their job or nobody's going to pay. And we did unfortunately see some of that, not nowhere near as much as I thought, which was good. I was blessed on that. But the actual business itself picked up. So that was a shocker. Good thing came out of that was we had a lot of business come up. A lot of people needed to sell, fortunate, but we were able to make it a win-win as much as possible there. And with affordable housing, it's always been a demand. It will always be. And now more than ever, there is needed. There is a shortage of housing in America. I speak to, I'm sure, all around the world. But when it comes to mobile homes, they are needed more now than ever. So our business is just growing. And it calls for more. The more investors, the more people that are able to not just provide a home, but give back by having that affordable living available.
Mhm. What would you say is the most important aspect when you're building relationships? Because when you're dealing with so many different people, you're talking to partners, you're talking to money lenders, you're talking to actually people who wants to buy mobile homes or rent mobile homes. You need to put on different hats, and
Mhm.
therefore you need to build relationships different ways with everybody. So, what would you say is the keys to building good relationships?
Make it about them, make it a win-win. Why would anybody want to do business with you, kind of thing?
Mhm.
When I hear a lot of people, especially coming out the parks or even talking to me, everything is an I this, I that. And I said, that's not going to get you ahead. I mean, there's nothing there for anybody. This is a selfish act, if nothing more. So anytime I reach out to them is let them know what is in it for them.
Mhm. Now, I know you also have a university, a program where you can help lots of people get into mobile homes and learn how to invest. Tell us a bit more about how that program works and what's the best way to get in touch with that.
Yeah, so again, GarciaMHU.com, they can go visit that website. We have all of our coaching options. If you are looking to get into, we have a lot more stuff coming up every day. We try to. Coaching itself, we have from recorded lessons where you can just go in. A lot of people come to me and basically said, I don't need your whole program. I know how to do this, but I know where my weakness, which is a great thing. You know what to obviously focus on. So we have every lesson available they can purchase directly. We have 2 live events. One of them is coming up on May 8th, the day before Mother's Day, where we actually go physically to mobile home parks and we go inside mobile homes. We let people see. That is called Shadow Me. They get to actually come out and shadow me and see how I would invest in a mobile home. There's contractors there. There's handyman's there. We have park managers, park owners. It's a giant little networking event that they can come and visit directly. And that one there, I've seen more people be successful. I think it's because the focus that they get to put versus behind the screen. Nothing wrong with learning behind the screen. But me, myself, if you can show me something versus tell me about it, it just does something different. Mm-hmm. So that event was something that I felt was needed, and it's done very well for a lot of people. So that's one more event that we have. And then we have the free coaching every Sunday at 8 p.m. I mean, again, go to my sites and see it. Anybody can come and join me.
Very, very cool. Lots of great content and lots of value that you're actually offering for free as well. So that's absolutely incredible. There's a lot of people out there who goes, you know what, I could do all this stuff on my own. I just need to listen to it. I just need to do it. Why do they need to hire somebody like you as a coach?
Because there's no deal the same, there's no investment the same, and there's no problem the same. Eventually, you're going to run into problems that I have seen in the past. When I try to figure out problems myself, it's almost like I'm spinning that wheel. Whereas if I just reach out to my coaches, it gets resolved a lot quicker, usually better. And nobody successful is out there without a coach. So you have to have a coach.
What would you say is one of the most unique problems that you faced? And then how did you overcome that?
Legality has always been when it comes to mobile homes, because mobile homes are not real estate. They're personal property. So it's very much like a car, a boat, a motorcycle. It's personal property that has a title. So some of the unique things that come around is a lot of times titles, documents not being in hand. From a student side, many times is a title not matching. The way I say that example is, imagine if you don't verify, for instance, the title to the home. It's much like buying a motorcycle but getting a Ford truck title. It's not the same thing. So you have to be able to verify. So the unique side of that is that you have to get out there and do, again, the legwork of due diligence and figure out, how to do all these things accordingly.
Very nice. One final formal question for you, and that is, if you had an opportunity to share one message to the entire world, what message would that be?
Stop talking about it and get it done. By my mentor. Get in there. Get started today.
Mm-hmm. Very, very straight to the point. Now, before I let you go, got 5 quick questions. Just give me the first thing that's come to mind. If there was a biopic on you, who would you have play you as? Which actor would you have to play you?
Oh wow, Denzel Washington. I
don't. Very, very good. Denzel Washington is at your home and he's hungry. What are you serving him?
A protein shake.
Very nice. I put you on the stage. Do you have a hidden talent that you could perform? And not speaking, because everybody says speaking when I ask them this question.
I was going to say speak Spanish, but I'm a bodybuilder, so maybe flex. I don't know.
We'll get a whole show, a whole gun show. If you were in the circus, which role would you play?
The lion, the leader.
Wow, very cool. And finally, what is success like? And before you answer that, give me a number between 1 to 4.
Okay, 3.
1, 2, 3. So how is success like a satellite dish?
Wow. Success is like a satellite dish because You browse, you network, and you have to gather information to be able to produce.
Awesome. Very well done. Well, thank you very much for your time. Do you have any last words that you want to share?
No. Stay motivated, stay driven. Listen to people like Fong. He is a motivation and somebody you can definitely look up to. I know I do. So keep going.
Awesome. Thank you very much for that. So that is all for today. He is Jose Garcia. My name is Fong. Until next time, today is the day to unlock your peak potential. We'll see you later.